Officials in the United States have declared a public health emergency in response to the catastrophic wildfires ravaging California. These fires have caused widespread destruction, leading to significant property damage, displacement of residents, and a sharp decline in air quality. Health authorities are urging people in areas affected by heavy smoke or visible ash to take precautions. Wearing N95 or P100 masks is strongly recommended for those who must remain outdoors for extended periods to minimize exposure to harmful airborne particles. The declaration underscores the dual challenges of addressing the immediate wildfire crisis and managing the long-term public health risks associated with deteriorating air quality and hazardous environmental conditions. These issues extend far beyond the immediate vicinity of the fires, affecting regions miles away. Political fallout. The Los Angeles wildfires have become a contentious political issue. Former President Donald Trump, set to begin his second term on January 20th, reignited debates over California's forest management policies. During his first term, Trump accused state officials of gross mismanagement following devastating wildfires in communities like Malibu and Paradise. He controversially claimed that California's failure to sweep the forest floors was to blame, a remark widely criticized for its oversimplification of the issue. California Governor Gavin Newsom, who has consistently defended the state's wildfire prevention measures, dismissed Trump's remarks. Newsom emphasized the role of climate change in exacerbating the severity of wildfires, asserting that federal support has been insufficient. In 2018, Newsom famously stated, "If you don't believe in climate change, you're excused from this conversation." Despite these disputes, Newsom sought to foster unity during the current crisis. In a letter to Trump, he invited the president to visit affected areas, meet first responders, and connect with residents impacted by the devastation. "In the spirit of this great country, we must not politicize human tragedy or spread disinformation," Newsom wrote. He further stressed the importance of bipartisan collaboration to ensure recovery and rebuilding efforts. Elon Musk's controversial statements. Tesla CEO Elon Musk, often vocal on social and political issues, has drawn widespread criticism for his remarks about the wildfires. Musk attributed the disaster to diversity initiatives and other scapegoats, diverting attention from the role of climate change. He notably omitted any discussion of the environmental factors driving the increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires. Musk's inflammatory statements included allegations that diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) policies undermine the Los Angeles Fire Department's LAFD efficiency. In a tweet, he claimed, "DEI means people die," suggesting that firefighting efforts would have been more effective if leadership roles weren't influenced by such policies. Critics condemned these remarks as divisive and a distraction from the systemic issues at play, including climate change, urban planning, and forestry management challenges. Musk's comments have fueled right-wing narratives blaming progressive policies for the crisis. Donald Trump Jr. joined the fray with sarcastic criticisms of DEI initiatives, while conservative commentators like James Woods and Megyn Kelly falsely claimed that diversity efforts undermined operational efficiency. Even mainstream figures such as CNN contributor Scott Jennings perpetuated these arguments, attributing wildfire severity to DEI-related policies rather than addressing the core environmental factors. Federal and state responses. President Joe Biden, in his final days in office, approved a major disaster declaration for Southern California. This move ensures federal funding for fire management and debris removal over the next 6 months. Governor Newsom expressed gratitude for Biden's support, calling it a vital demonstration of federal-state partnership. However, Newsom also warned of ongoing dangers, including winds of up to 70 miles per hour and persistently dry conditions, which pose a continued threat to lives and property. Future federal aid will be determined by the incoming Trump administration, raising concerns about whether California will receive the necessary support. Critics worry that Trump's past antagonism toward California, particularly his decision to withdraw the U.S. from the Paris Climate Accord, may influence federal disaster relief decisions. Newsom highlighted the urgency of addressing the existential threat of climate change, urging leaders to rise above political divisions and prioritize evidence-based solutions. The science behind wildfires. Decades of research have established that climate change is a key driver of the increasing frequency and intensity of wildfires. Rising global temperatures exacerbate drought conditions, dry out vegetation, and intensify lightning storms, creating the perfect conditions for uncontrollable fires. In a warming world, wildfires are no longer anomalies, but predictable consequences of human-driven environmental changes. Addressing the wildfire crisis requires acknowledging these scientific realities and crafting policies to mitigate future risks. This includes investments in sustainable land management practices, urban planning reforms, and robust disaster preparedness measures. Experts argue that prioritizing science, resilience, and shared responsibility is essential to safeguarding communities and the planet. The dangers of politicization. The ongoing politicization of the wildfire crisis threatens to hinder meaningful progress. As communities reel from devastation, divisive rhetoric detracts from the collaborative efforts needed to address the underlying causes of these disasters. Statements like those from Musk and other right-wing figures risk undermining the morale of first responders and spreading misinformation. Electing leaders who deny the realities of climate change and public health science poses significant risks. Critics warn that Trump's return to the presidency could lead to renewed federal disengagement from climate initiatives, exacerbating the crisis. California's struggle to combat wildfires highlights the broader challenge of fostering collective action in a deeply polarized political climate. As the Earth's natural systems reach critical thresholds due to greenhouse gas emissions, the need for unified action becomes more urgent. Political squabbling must give way to evidence-based solutions that address both immediate crises and long-term sustainability. The stakes are clear. Failure to act decisively will result in escalating disasters, greater destruction, and loss of life.